So chances are, if you're looking at the Xiaomi Pad 6, you might also be looking at the OnePlus Pad to find out which is the better tablet. Well, today we're going to compare as much as possible to find out. Let's go ahead and get started. When it comes to the price, the OnePlus Pad starts at about $479 in the United States. The Xiaomi Pad 6 is just over $400, but that could be different depending on which region or country you're from. I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information for both tablets. Both versions I have are 128 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM, but there's also a 256 gigabyte version of both tablets as well. Now, when I got my OnePlus Pad, it included their official keyboard case, which is a pretty nice accessory to have. There's also a keyboard available for the Xiaomi Pad 6, and both have stylus or pen support with the OnePlus Stylo and the second gen Xiaomi Smart Pen, which you can get separately. One of the biggest differences is going to be the displays. Both have IPS LCD screens, but as you can see when you put them next to each other, a little bit different size and aspect ratio. You've got an 11.61 inch on the OnePlus Pad with 2000 by 2800 resolution and is more of an iPad shape at 7:5 aspect ratio versus an 11 inch on the Xiaomi Pad 6. That's a more traditional 16:10 aspect ratio with 1800 by 2800 resolution. The quality looks really nice on both tablets, but then when you put them next to each other, to me the OnePlus Pad looks a little bit better, has better contrast, a little deeper blacks, almost looks like an OLED or AMOLED display when compared to the Xiaomi Pad 6. You don't get a fingerprint scanner on either one, unfortunately, probably because both of these are considered to be just under flagship tablets, but that's something I would like to see on both, especially if you're used to using tablets like the Galaxy Tab S7 or S8. And then battery life on these two tablets are going to be a little above average, lasting about 7 hours before dying at 100% screen brightness for the Xiaomi Pad 6, but the OnePlus Pad lasted about 8 hours before dying in the same test. So if you want the tablet with better battery life, you'll want to go with the OnePlus Pad. Software wise, there's going to be some similarities between the two. Left of the home screen is the Google Discover newsfeed, and then both have what looks like a dock down there on the bottom of the home screen, but they are going to do the notification shade and shortcuts a little different. And then there's going to be small differences between the two, but both are currently on Android 13 as of this video and should have several years of software and security updates for both. One advantage you have with the Xiaomi Pad 6 is it's got video out through the charging port, so it's going to be easy to connect an external monitor, TV, or projector using an HDMI adapter, where the OnePlus Pad doesn't have that feature, but it may just come down to personal preference on which has the better software. Performance-wise, these two are very similar, slightly better single and multi-core scores for the Xiaomi Pad, but then the compute score is going to be better on the OnePlus Pad, but overall both are really nice and snappy and feel like they have plenty of power to do just about anything you would need to on a tablet. Sort of the same thing when it comes to gaming. Both of these are going to be pretty good options in my opinion, regardless of which game you're playing. I know when testing out PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9, both played nice and smooth with pretty high graphics and frame rate settings and didn't seem to have any overheating issues or glitches in my testing, so I feel like you can't go wrong with either one when it comes to gaming. One downside is you don't get a headphone jack on either tablet, but I feel like those days are just about gone. Both do have a quad speaker setup though, with 2 speakers on each side, and I've got to say they both sound really good in person. Nice and loud, and even has decent bass for such thin tablets. Here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what they sound like. And then when it comes to the cameras, these two are sort of what you would expect for tablets, maybe slightly better in some cases. You've got a 13 megapixel on the rear, 8 megapixel on the front for both tablets. Considering it only has one lens on the back, I'm not sure why the Xiaomi Pad is trying to make it look like there's two lenses, but I don't know, maybe that's just something some companies like to do. And then up to 4K 30 frames per second for video recording for both tablets. So decent resolution for videos and should be just good enough for video conference calls, Zoom meetings, that sort of stuff. Here's a few quick samples of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. So after comparing as much as we can, I feel like these two are so close that it may just come down to personal preference. Obviously the biggest difference for me would be the screen aspect ratio, but I've got quite a few other comparisons that I'm working on, so you'll want to look out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.